What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So we're going to do a stimulus package, stimulus check update. Now I'm going to do a quick update, and I will follow this up with another update later today. But we're looking at a situation where we're going into the almost 24 hours. The Senate has been in session, and they've been debating. This is what they call vote-a-rama. And so what they're doing is they're proposing these different amendments, and they're voting on all these different amendments. And what's going on is you have Republicans that do not want this stimulus package. And so what they're trying to do is derail it by just stalling for time. This is not going to work. We know that the stimulus package will get signed, but it's just a matter of when. So now we have politicians that are just wasting time. That's all they're doing. And so what I want to do is I want to show you Senator Ste D now. She's going to talk a little bit about what's going on the Senate floor as we speak. And then later on, I'll put out another video once they pass this, and we'll talk about all the different things that are in this bill, because there have been some changes. And at the end of this video, I'll actually tell you the changes that we know so far. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. So before I start this clip, I do want to remind you we have an Instagram giveaway. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to me on YouTube, because if you're not subscribed and you don't hit the little bell notification, you're not going to know when we're going to have the next giveaway. So this giveaway is going to be on Monday. And then after that, we're going to do another giveaway. I might change up the days. I haven't decided yet. But in order for you to know when the giveaway is going to take place, you need to subscribe and hit the little bell notification. That way you'll know when I announce it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and a listen to Senator Ste D now. Here we go.
Senator Ste D, good to see you. Wow, you people have pulled an all-nighter after a remarkably long day yesterday. What's happening right now? Because it seems like there are amendments being proposed and voted, generally speaking, voted down, because that's the math in the Senate right now. Where do we stand?
Well, Ali, I'm just off the Senate floor in my hideaway office. I have to tell you, the first feat is that I'm still awake after 24 hours and a lot of coffee, all of us. But we are determined to get the American Rescue Plan across the finish line. We don't care how many amendments they have, how many hours, how many days. We're going to get this done, because this is about, getting vaccinations in people's arms and financial help to people and kids back in school safely. So what is happening now is that we're in the part of this process under the budget rules called vote-a-rama. And this is a process where, under the rules, anyone can offer an amendment. And if they want to vote, you have to vote on it. And so we have Republican colleagues with hundreds of votes trying to cut all different parts of the bill, make changes in the bill. And, all kinds of amendments have been put in about cutting food assistance and education and help for essential community workers and you name it, healthcare, cutting healthcare. And so we are slogging through this amendment after amendment after amendment. And I'm very proud of the Democrats holding together on all of this to keep this bill intact. And what keeps us going, in addition to a lot of coffee, is the fact that we know in the end this bill is going to help millions and millions of Americans. And so we're going to do our job, and we're going to get it done today.
Senator, this is a wildly popular bill. It is even favored by a majority of Republicans. Now, there's the part that most people think about, and that's the $1,400 payment that would combine with the last $600 payment, making it the $2,000 that everyone was talking about in the election. But it's more than that. There's the extension of unemployment benefits, the $300 a week that people now get, that would be extended through September the 6th. And hopefully at that point we are starting to get back to something that feels like normal. But you do have a bit of a deadline, because those employment benefits end on March 14th. So this thing has to pass the Senate, then probably go back to the House, because there have been changes to it to be passed and implemented so that nobody gets their $300 a week interrupted. Is there any danger, as you and I talk on March 6th, of that not happening? Can vote-a-rama go on for days? Can Republicans keep on standing up and putting in amendments?
Well, Ali, technically they could. I mean, that would involve all of us going on and being there for days and days and days. and without a break. And so I don't see that happening really just as a matter of physical stamina, but they certainly can keep us here for hours and hours. We're in close communication with our colleagues in the House, with the Speaker in the House on everything that's happening moving forward. So I have confidence that when we are done, that this is something that we will have support for in the House, just because we're partnering and working together so closely with the House and the White House. But you're right. I mean, we have a deadline on helping those who've lost their jobs. We've had over 750,000 new applications yesterday for unemployment compensation. Food assistance, which I have been leading on, is very important to continue and to expand on, and as well as rental assistance, as well as child care, as well as pensions. I have to tell you, one of the things we have been able to successfully get into our bill in the Senate is allowing folks who've worked all their lives and given up pay raises so they could have a pension in retirement to make sure that it will be there. And we have well over 2 million people who are going to be able to sleep better knowing that the pension they've worked for all their life is going to be protected now. So we have a whole range of things. And most importantly, this is about getting shots in people's arms, making sure our hospitals and doctors and community centers and behavioral health. I'm very pleased as leader of this effort, a bipartisan effort with Senator Roy Blunt and I in the Senate on behavioral health. We have a huge problem around mental health and addiction services, and suicide rates going up. And so there's a substantial help in this bill for behavioral health as well. So it's about people saving lives, helping them get through this so they can get their lives back. And they don't get their lives back if their children can't get to school safely. And so That's the plan. That is the plan. And we will stay here. Just put on another pot of coffee. We will stay here until we get it done.
So that was Senator Stabenow. She said, look, we're going to get this done today. If we have to just continue to be there, we're going to get it done. And so basically they're not giving up. So the people who are the politicians who want this next stimulus package, they're not going to give up. They're not going to give in to the opposition that doesn't want another stimulus package, and they're just there, just stall for time. It's really sad because you're talking about deadlines here. So you're talking about enhanced unemployment that will run out on March 14th. And so they have this window that they need to get this done. And you have people who don't want the stimulus package just trying to stall. It's really sad. So that would mean that the American people will be hurt as a result of these actions that are going on right now. But let's go over a few of the things that we know have been changed so far. So we know that the $15 an hour minimum wage is no longer in the Senate package. So that won't be voted on. So they're going to have to push that to another bill, maybe a standalone bill. We also know that the enhanced unemployment, they wanted to raise it to $400 per week, but they had to go back, and now it's going to be $300 per week. They did extend it 1 week. So instead of expiring on, I believe it's August 29th, it's going to expire on September 6th. So they have that. The one thing that you do want to think about, too, is they might be able to get another package done. So if there is a situation where it's still needed, this enhanced unemployment is still needed, October 1st of this year, they can do another package. They can do another budget reconciliation because they'll have that opportunity at that time because of the new fiscal year. So that's something to think about. But ultimately, that's where we are right now. We're still waiting. And like I said, this is a real... This is our government at work. And I think the major thing that we've seen over the last year is that some things do need to change when it comes to our government. We're in a pandemic, we're in a crisis, and we have politicians that are just wasting time. That is their strategy. We don't have the votes. We know this is ultimately going to get passed, so we're just going to waste time. And the American people are going to suffer because we're going to waste time. That's ultimately what's going on. That's all I have for you guys right now, but I will come out with a video later on today. It'll be probably a quicker video, but just letting you know that it passed and if there are any changes. I don't think they're going to make any other changes. I think this is it when it comes to the changes. So if you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.